Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna talk about uh, the segmentation and different uh, ways how a marketer and a marketing manager, a business organization can decide about marketing strategy and market segmentation. So the idea of, if you look back, marketing strategy is the process of segmenting the market, then choosing one or a few segments of those to serve those segments with unique needs, wants, and demands, with unique product mix, and then differentiating your offerings from competitors' offerings, and then uh, positioning in the minds and hearts of the consumers with your products and service in a unique way so that they feel affection and love for your brand. Now, segmentation is dividing the market into different segments. The users within a particular segment, they have similar and same types of needs, wants, and demands. Their desire from a goods and service is mostly similar. So within the segment, the needs, wants, and demands are same, but across segments from one segment to another, the needs, wants, and demands might differ. So now, what are the basis for segmentation? If you are a marketing student, you will, when you will take the principles of marketing course, you will see uh, segmentation can be divided or can be performed based on a few factors. One is called geographic segmentation. The second is demographic segmentation, psychometric segmentation, and behavioral segmentation. These are just a few of the techniques of segmentation. There may be a few more, but I will talk about this for only in the short video. So geographic segmentation is the dividing a market. Market is set of customers and buyers and sellers. That's we call market. Market can be physical. Market can be a physical, right? Amazon has created a digital market, which is a physical, and physical market is like Walmart's, grocery markets, departmental store shops, like dairy markets, and all the fashion industry. All of these are forms of markets which are physical in nature, where there's a brick and mortar store facility. Customers come and buy goods from some sellers. So geographic segmentation means dividing the market into different nationalities, states, cities, regions, etc. So because across different countries, different nationalities, different regions and cities, people might have differential needs, wants, and demands. So you need to satisfy those needs, wants, and demands with unique bundle of benefits of product and service. Say, for example, especially in some product categories like fashion, changes from one region to another region, one country to another country. So you have, if you like to satisfy the fashion needs for a particular market segment, you have to understand what the fashion lifestyle is there, fashion acceptance is there in that market by the group of customers, and you have to come up with product and service accordingly. Say, for example, in the US, East Coast and West Coast might have different fashion acceptance by the customer groups, especially young customer groups. So you have to design, you have to manufacture your fashion goods like shoes, clothing, apparels, shirts, and jeans, etc., in a way, and ornaments and etc., in a way which fulfill the needs of that specific region's fashion trend, right? So another example can be like in different regions within this country of the USA, northern states remain under cold for 6-7 months of the year. So it remains covered under snow for several months of the year. So the clothing in the especially the farms who produce clothing and sell clothing to customers, they when they do business in the northern part, their production and their supply and design and all the production aspects need to keep in mind the weather patterns in the northern parts of the US, and they have to produce and supply fashion goods in the northern part accordingly. In the southern part, on the other hand, there is still during the winter season cold, but the cold is mild, right? So they do not need heavy jackets, heavy snowboards, and etc. because they rarely see snows in Texas, in Florida, Georgia, etc. So, so when farms are selling specific types of goods which need to be adapted with seasonality, right? So they have to keep in mind that in those regions, the fashion goods, clothing, apparel, shoes, ornaments, etc., has to be designed accordingly and manufactured accordingly. The second type of segmentation is called demographic segmentation. Demographic segmentation is one of the core segmentation strategy. Even if you start segmentation with other types of segmentation criteria, like say psychographic or behavioral based segmentation, still you need to understand the demography. Demography consists of a group of people's age, income, education, profession, race, religion, etc. So, one of the core behavioral segmentation is gender-based segmentation in some specific industries like fashions, clothing, ornaments, etc. Those are purely gender-based, right? For the clothing for men and the clothing for women is different. The shoes, the ornaments that were like worn by men and women, those are also completely different, right? So that's gender-based segmentation. Then there is income-based segmentation. In society, we have high income groups of people, middle and lower income groups of people. So in all industry, right, multi-attributes industry like airlines, like automobiles, right? Even in insurance, even in departmental stores, you will see there are goods which are high price, high costly, targeted towards high end groups of people in the society. There are goods which are a lower price, sacrificing a little bit of quality and etc. Because those groups of people they sacrifice quality in order to get some lower price. So like income based segmentation is one of the core segmentation also. If you book airline, there are professional and executive class, then business class, and then economy class, right? So all of these are income-based segmentation. The third type is called behavioral psychometric segmentation. Psychometry is a measure of people's attitude, interest, and opinions. So attitude means how we see each other, how we see ourselves, how we see different institutions, organizations, etc. The way we see us, the way we see others, it might differ based on some personal biasness or so on. Those are like different theoretical explanation. Interest and opinions also vary based on maybe people's personality and people's situational factors, etc., right? Or how much knowledge and skill set they have. Based on all of these things, people's attitudes, people's interests might vary. So when you do segmentation based on individual groups of people, their attitude, their interest, and their opinion, and that is called psychographic segmentations. The fourth types of segmentation is called behavioral segmentation. So behavior consists of people's knowledge, their attitude, and their personality and their lifestyle, right? So knowledge is a thing that built up over time. So it's a practice, matter of practice. People learn knowledge by practice, right? Knowledge is gathered through different institutions, from elementary school, high school to university. People go through different stages of education and they gather knowledge and learn. So based on knowledge, people who is more informed, more knowledgeable, his decision making of purchasing a product is obviously different from people who is ignorant, who is not, so doesn't have enough information in order to make good decisions, purchase decisions, right? Personality consists of how much self-consciousness, self-control, and self-worth you know about yourself in comparison to the whole world where you are living. It also consists of how people talk, their gesture, their like many other behavioral aspects might involve in personality. Most specifically, it's people how much self-consciousness, self-control he or she has. And if you look at the society, you will see many different people have many different levels of personality. There are types of personality, right? Based on how much self-consciousness, self-control, and self-worth they they possess on themselves. Then lifestyle is how you see yourself in comparison to the world where you live, right? So that's the formal definition of lifestyle. So, based on all of these behavioral factors, people's knowledge, their personality, and their lifestyle, right? People can vary in terms of their misconception. So, this is one of the core types of segmentation strategy, also behavioral segmentation. Consumers make majority of the decisions by unconscious part of their brain, and those are affected by their like some of the variables that we talked, specifically psychometric and behavioral factors. Their marketeers cannot control a lot of those factors which are fixed in nature. Say, for example, people's religious beliefs, etc. Those are core beliefs, but there are some secondary beliefs about, say, for example, knowledge, which is learned. People learn when they grow and when they go to different institutions. So those and people's attitude can also be reshaped by marketing efforts like advertising, sales promotions, and campaign, etc. And that's what marketers try to do. The secondary beliefs that can be reshaped or relearned, but core beliefs, people's religious beliefs, people's thoughts, those cannot be changed, right? So these are four different segmentation strategies: geographic, demographic, psychographic, and behavioral segmentations. I hope it clears the idea about how marketers do segmentation of a market to serve a few or a specific segments in a better and efficient way than the competitors do. I would like to thank you all for watching the video, and I hope it helps.